What if one night you get a call and the person on the other line says that he's from future and saves your life not even once, twice, but thrice, and all of a sudden one day calls you back and says goodbye for forever? How will you feel? I have a same story to tell about a person named Daniel. Once he was back from the office completely worn out, and it was around 11:47 p.m. and he was just about to hit the sack, but all of a sudden his phone rang and showed that it's a unknown number. So he decided to skip the call and he disconnected. After that he started taking steps toward his bedroom, but his phone rang again. But this time don't know what pushed him to take the call. So he went, picked up the call and said, "Who's this? How can I help you?" And the caller on the other end said, do not hang up the call. He said, "Who's this?" And the caller said, I'm you from the future. I am from 2055. And Daniel laughed and said, nice joke. Daniel was completely incredulous. And the caller said, don't laugh. I'm serious. I'm not doing any sort of fun with you. Then Daniel said calmly, okay, but who are you and why should I trust you? And the caller, he disclosed all his secrets written in his diaries by him and never told to anybody. After hearing that, Daniel was amazed. He was surprised that how does he know that? And again he questioned, who are you and how do you know all these things about me? And the caller answered, it is because I'm you. I'm actually you. And there was something strangely happening in the background. Siren, alarming, and people were shouting. And Daniel again thought maybe it's a prank. But after that, caller said something which was not at all expected. The caller said that after few seconds, dogs in your neighborhood will start barking and there will be power outage in your area. Then Daniel looked at the clock, found that it's very late. So without telling the caller, he disconnected the call and went to his bedroom to sleep. But in actual, after few seconds, he found dogs barking outside his house and there was a power cut in his area. And he was keep on thinking about the caller's word. And the next night, caller called again, but this time Daniel did not ignore. He picked up the call, listened him properly. But again Daniel asked, but why did you call me? And the caller said, because I am from the future and here a series of disasters devastated the society. Then Daniel reacted out of anger. So what can I do in that? Then the caller replied, because one event in your life would create a chain reaction affecting many lives. And Daniel was still not trusting but hearing. The calls were regular now every night. The caller warned him about business failures, dishonest people and accidents. And the interesting part is that his all warning turned accurate. Daniel did not realize, but now he started on the lookout for that caller's clue and stopped hearing his own consigns. One day the caller warned him about a guy named Victor. He works in his office and said that Victor will accidentally leak one important data of company. And then Daniel thought that Victor is very nice guy, very friendly, he's harmless. Why would you do that? But on very next day, same thing happened. Victor nearly sent confidential file to wrong client. But the mistake was prevented just in time. As the time passed, Daniel's life changed positively drastically. But he somewhere felt that something is wrong because the caller seemed less interesting hearing Daniel. He was much more into controlling him and making him do whatever he wanted. And that's what made Daniel pissed off. Whenever Daniel tried to ask any question to him, he became irritated. Because of that, one evening they have heated altercation. And in that Daniel shout, "You are taking my decisions for me. And the caller said, "Why don't you understand? Because I want to save the future." And for the first time, Daniel noticed how tactless a man could be. And the caller did not care about Daniel's feelings, and he was just interested in changing the future. And because of that, next day Daniel thought to not follow all instructions given by the caller blindly. Instead, he became more tactful in his decisions. Daniel listened to caller but used his own judgment as well this time. Then one day a final call came. Now the caller said the world is changing, but he was sounding very sad. For a while, Daniel sat silently. Their conversation continued and the caller said, "I succeed." Daniel asked, "Then why are you sounding so sad?" Then a long silence followed. And finally, the caller said, "Because if my future disappears, so do I." Daniel had no idea what to say, but for a moment, he felt strangely disinterested in all the predictions and warnings. What mattered this time was the person on the other end of the line. Then Daniel asked, "Is there any recourse to save you and your world?" And the caller said, "No." The caller laughed sadly and said, "That's how it ends." And eventually the call disconnected for forever. And after that, no more call arrived, no more warnings, no more predictions. And without guidance, Daniel's life seemed to go to pieces. But eventually he recovered. Years later, he would tell about that mysterious caller to everybody, but most people found that story impossible to believe and others dismissed it entirely. But Daniel did not forget, because everything changed in his life because of that call. If you like this video, so please do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.